Hi, this is James Parsons Moore at InTouch CAD Management. Today what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be showing you a demonstration of Revit and just how quick you can start to build things together. For the next hour, maybe just a few more minutes than that, I'm going to be basically creating a building model for a house. Just a small house, just something like 3 bedrooms, 2 rooms downstairs. It's a standard kind of social house, 6 by 11 meter sort of size. From there, I'm going to be producing some plans, some sections, some elevations, some details, maybe a little schedule or two, throw some cameras in, and maybe even see if we can get some visualization out of it, some quick renders, just to see how quickly you can get this stuff done. Now, afterwards, I want you to come back with comments, okay? I want you to ask me any questions you want. Obviously, I'm going to be running through this very, very, very quick, okay? It is a live demonstration, okay? I don't want to keep starting it and recording it again, so there may be a few little mistakes in there. I may not be using the correct constructions for certain things, but like I say, it's just a demonstration to show you how quick you can get certain information into the system. Okay, I'm not going to be using any templates that I've created. I'm just going to be using the basic templates that come with Revit. This one here, I think I'm using the construction default GBRENU. I'm not loading in any of my own families or anything like that, or any of my own wall styles. It's just going to be using Revit straight out of the box. Okay, now first things first, what I'm going to do, I'm going to come into Revit, I'm going to go to my elevations, because I've got my levels. Okay, I don't like these levels the way that they look, so I'm just going to highlight them and come over to my selector over here and change them to a triangular head. I'm just going to change the distance between my floors to something like 2,700. Okay, I'm now just going to rename these levels. I'm going to call downstairs 00 ground floor FFL. Okay, I'm going to rename my corresponding view to coordinate with it, and I'm going to call upstairs 01 first floor FFL as well. Again, I'm going to rename the corresponding view. Okay, I'm going to change my elevations to 1 to 50s. Okay, in fact, I'm going to change my floor plans to 1 to 50s as well, just because it's going to suit the kind of annotations that we're doing. It's not necessarily so I'm doing a GA set of plans or anything like that. It is just so that I can see what's going on the screen a little bit more. From there, I'm now just going to draw in some extra levels. Okay, I'm just going to draw these. I'm just going to come up here by about 2.4 meters above there, like that. Done. You see it's created a new level. Down here I'm going to put another one in about 1200 below, something like that. Okay, and now I'm just going to call that one top of foundations and rename corresponding view, and this one up here I'm going to call wall plate. Okay, just some levels just to start my project from. Okay, what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to go to my ground floor plan and we're just going to draw. I'm going to go to my wall tag. Okay, I'm going to choose a type of wall. We're going to base it on the basic wall that comes in here, but I'm just going to change some of the settings on it quickly. I'm going to rename it to stick a 100mm cavity in here instead of the 75, and I'm just going to hit preview so we can see what's going on the screen a little bit more, and I'm just going to change the construction of the cavity to 100. Okay, I'm also just going to change the plaster to 25 just to allow so we can see it in different plans, and also it's going to be using either a plasterboard on dabs or something similar to that. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to set in my location line. Okay, I'll do the location line to what we call core face exterior. I'll explain in a later tip and trick why I do it like that. Okay, but then I'm just going to set the base constraints of my wall down to the top of the foundations and the top of the wall up to my wall plane. Okay, and I'm just basically going to draw in. I'm going to draw it a little bit haphazard just for now. Just draw in some walls. Okay, I'm now going to select that wall there and change the width of my building to 6 meters. And I'm going to change the height of my building, this is internal dimensions, to 11 meters. Fantastic. I'm just going to move this a little bit more central just by using my press and drag tools. Fantastic. Now I'm just going to draw some internal walls, so I'm going to go to my walls tool again, and I'm just going to put some internal walls in here using a stud wall. From there to there, I'm just going to pick that wall and drag it across there like that. I'm now going to pick that wall and tell it I want to do that same wall just here. I'm going to go from there up, across there and down. I'm going to pick that wall drag it back to here. Okay, what I'm now going to do, oh, that's about 1 meter, that's fine. I'm going to lock that in there to make sure that that distance stays the same all the time. So if I change the distance from here to say 1700, the distance of what this is going to be as my WC will stay like that. I may even do it in this direction there, but I'm fine with what's going on just there. There we go, there's my internal walls as well. I'm now going to place some rooms inside these areas, okay, by hitting the room tool. I'm just going to change the height of my rooms to 2400, okay. Don't worry about this message because it will still create the rooms, okay. And I'm just going to simply plonk my first room in there like that. I'm now just going to renumber my first room to something like RM1. Okay, something just a standard kind of numbering configuration that you quite often use. Okay, and I'm going to go room. There we go. So you see how it continues the naming for the numbers or even the numbering configurations for it. There we go. And as you can see, it's giving me my meters squared and square footage of my rooms as well. All of those will update. For example, if I pick this wall and move it up here, you see how the areas all change. Okay, what I'm going to do, I just pick this wall and change the distance there to 5 meters, so I know that that room there is 5 meters. Okay, I'm pretty happy with how that's looking so far. So we'll start to put in some of the doors and windows. To start off with, I'm going to put a door in. I'm going to go door. Okay, there's a couple of doors in this template to start off with, but I'm not really happy with how those look. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go load family. I'm going to go to my doors, external doors, and I'm just going to scroll down these just so you can see like the large list of doors that you have inside here. I know it's going pretty quick on the screen, but it's just so that you can see what's going on. I'm going to come up here to something like this door. I quite like this door, it reminds me of my grand's house, so that's how I designed, that's how I'm going to work it. I'm going to go open, give it a second, it's going to load that door into my project. Okay, there we go. Now, once that door family is loaded in, we've got two types within that. We've got a 910 and we've got a 1010. Okay, I'm going to throw a 1010 in here. Okay, and basically, as I move my mouse around, you can see it's a stop sign, but as soon as I get over a wall, it'll actually allow me to place it in. I'm going to make sure that my cursor is over the outside face of the wall, but if I move it inside, you see how it will basically flip the wall. Pressing space as I'm loading it and placing it into the wall as well, okay, will hand it. I'm just going to place it just there, just for now, okay. Slight mistake just there, I'm just going to undo that. I forgot to press this button, okay, called tag on placement. If I hit tag on placement, it'll actually give it a first door tag as well, okay. I'm just going to drag that number out and I'm just going to tag it D1, door 1, okay. What I'm now going to do, I'm going to put just say like a French door in the rear elevation. So again, doors, I know I haven't got the family in the project to start off with, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go load again, doors, external doors, and this one here, it's simple French door. Okay, give it a second, it's going to load this one in as well. Again, there's a couple of types under this door family, and so I'm going to place it in this rear wall. As you can see, we have temporary dimensions in there helping you set out the location of the wall, okay, sorry, location of the door. The side that you're closest to will always round up, as you can see, just there. But if I put it into the middle, just there, you see, it will centralize it. I'm just going to place it there, and as you can see, it's continued the naming convention for my doors. Okay, I'm going to now put some internal doors in. So door, again, I'm going to load family. Again, I'm going to go doors, this time internal doors, and just like I did with the external doors, I'm just going to scroll down so you can see the list of doors that comes with Revit. Everybody gets these. They come as part of the package, all inside your library. Okay, so I'm just going to load it in with a house. I'm going to just put in some 6-panel doors. That's fine. Open that. Give it a second. It will load them into the project. Okay, there we go. Now, I'm going to put some 910 doors in. These work quite nice with the metric door openings, okay, because if I go edit style, edit type up here, if we look at the 910, this is a structural opening. It gives you a door panel of 826, which obviously, as people in construction know, that's a metric door. I quite like that. It's got the tolerances outside of the frame, in the frame between the panels, and then obviously the frame sizes and all that kind of, all of that collaboration, so it works quite nice. And all I'm going to do, I'm just going to place my first door just here, like so. Ooh, I'm going to hand it there like that. I'm going to place another door into my kitchen just there like that. And I'm just going to place another door just there like that. Okay, I messed that up a little tiny bit, so I'm just going to flip it over there like so. There we go, we've got my doors in there, really nice and quick. So now I'm just going to load some windows in there as well. I'm going to click window. Again, we've only got one window family in here with a couple of types underneath it. I'm going to make sure I press tag on placement first this time so I don't forget it. And then I'm going to go load family. I'm going to come down here to windows. Let's just expand this box a little bit. Down to windows. And again, we've got loads and loads of different windows in here. Okay, we've got nice 1970s composites. Lovely. Okay, we've got corner windows. We've got all sorts just here. Just going to scroll down. Different double windows, grills. Here we go. We've got the kids' bedroom. Okay, we've got different roof lights, circular opening sash windows. We've got Scottish windows as well in here, which do have the rebated jambs, just like you need for the Scottish regulations. Okay, apparently in Scotland though you can only have sash windows. That's all you're allowed apparently. So as we scroll down a bit more, we've got some different configurations: single windows, triple windows, and as we go down. What I'm going to do, I'm going to load in a couple of different types of windows. I'm just going to use the same style for each, but I'm going to go triple all bars, I'm going to go single all bars, and as I come up I'm going to go double all bars, just so we're dealing with a similar kind of window for each. When I press open, it will come up with a slightly different dialog this time. Okay, what is coming up this time? It comes up with this, because you can put in different widths and heights generally of windows, whereas doors you're kind of constrained. You tend to have the same height throughout a project. Okay, what it does, it gives you a choice of loading different types that are pre-made inside the family. You can add to this, you can change these, it's not a problem. I'm just going to go for my double. I'm going to pick those windows. For my single, that sizes as well, those sizes as well, and for my triple, those sizes. And if I look back, you see those will still be highlighted. When I press OK, give it a second, it's going to load those into my project. Okay, fantastic. Here we go, and any second now. There we go, fantastic. Right, so I've got different windows in here. Now, I'm not doing this to brick dimensions. Again, in a later tip and trick, I'm going to show you how to very easily configure your model to brick dimensions. There's a couple of nice little tricks I can show you. For now, I'm just going to throw them in at the standard sizes that it comes. Okay, so I'm just going to throw downstairs in my WC down here. I'm just going to throw in a small window just here of 1050 height, at a head height of 2110. I'm just going to place my first window just centrally within the room just there. And just like with my doors, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to call that one window 1. Fantastic. Okay. Again, I'm going to go window, and this time I'm going to pick a triple window to place in my kitchen down here. Fantastic. Window 2. And then in the rear elevation, I'm going to go, let's put a couple of deep windows in here. About 500 from there. Window 3 and window 4 just there. Like that. There we go. Nice and simple. We've got the start of our ground floor going in there really, really quick. Now let's just look at our 3D view for the first time. I'm just going to left click on this 3D view and just go to this. And as you can see, okay, it's all coming together quite quickly. We're not just putting things in plan, we're putting it in every single dimension. Okay, if I look at my south elevation down here, there we go. We've got that information starting to go in. At the minute, it's not the prettiest of elevations, but you're getting the idea. We're going to neaten it up a little bit later on. Okay, just to show you as well, if I select this window, I can change the size of it. If it's selected in my elevation and go to my ground floor plan, it's still selected. The elevation isn't a representation of the elevation of this building, of this plan. It is literally looking at my model in an elevation view. So if I just want to change the size of it to another size, I can simply just change the size of it in this view or the other view, and it will change it. I'm going to just change it back to the first view because I want to make sure my WC will fit underneath it. And I'll just change the size completely there. Change it to the wrong one, we'll just change it back to that. But as you can see just there, because my window then clashed with a wall, it does come up with a little conflict and tell you, hang on a minute, you shouldn't be doing that. Okay. Now just going back to my 3D view. As you can see, we're starting to build that up, but obviously because we're working on a BIM model, we're going to have to decide what's going on in the whole building, and we're not just talking about a floor plan here. We want to see what the floor constructions are going in here. So very quickly, I'm going to go back to my ground floor level, okay, and I'm going to go to my floor tool. I'm going to choose a beam and block floor, and basically when you do a floor you have to draw a boundary and it will put a floor construction within the boundary. I'm going to use this tool here which is called pick walls. I'm just going to hover over this wall here, hit tab left click to throw that in. These tram lines here basically indicate the direction of the span, and what I'm going to do, because I want this beam and block floor spanning onto this part of my construction, what I'm going to do is use my align tool, align it to the faces of the core. and align it to there like that. I'm going to lock that geometry in place as well. I'm locking it in place so that later on, if my walls move, the floor will go with it. I'm just going to make sure it is going in at my ground floor level. Fantastic. Tick. Done. Now it just comes with this little message. Obviously these walls here have highlighted, and it's just saying that the way that you've drawn the floor overlaps with this geometry. Are you sure you want that to happen? Yes, I do. Okay, done. That floor is now in there. What I'm going to do now, I'm just going to draw a section through. We've got a couple of places where we can find the section tool. It's either in the View tab, just here, or it's also on your Quick Access toolbar, just here. And I'm just going to draw a section going through my building like that. And then I'm going to draw another one going through my building, just through there, just so I can see what's going on. Let's go to that section first, and there we go. We've got the start of my first section. Okay, I'm just going to change it to a fine detail so I can see what's going on in the wall constructions. And you can see this is basically the zone for my beam and block floor. And you can see how it's butting along this external cavity wall along the blockwork. Okay, let's flick to this section just here to see what's going on. Again, I'm just going to turn that to a fine detail. And in this way, because we spanned the beam and block onto the construction, okay, onto the structural part of the wall, okay, you can see what's happening there. The beam and block is spanning onto it and going to the other side of it. So this is what we call the core face exterior, whereas the insulation and the screed will just basically butt up against the outside. Fantastic. There you go. Going in quite quickly. Now I could draw in a floor to the first floor as well, but just a nice little tip just here. If I highlight this floor, go and copy it to my clipboard, what I can then do is go paste aligned to picked level, pick that level, and it's going to throw that floor in at that level. Okay, now what I'm going to do, obviously I don't want the beam and block floor there, so I'm just going to change the construction to a timber suspended floor. Fantastic. Now as you can see, it doesn't join up with any of the geometry. I could go around using my join tool to join up bits of the geometry like this. Okay, very nice. Or a cheeky little shortcut is, if I highlight my floor, go to edit boundary to take me into my editing mode, it's going to come up with this message saying, hang on a minute, you're in a section here, you can't change the boundary to a floor in a section. Okay, you've got to be in a floor plan. For the purpose of this, it does not matter what floor plan I'm in. Okay, so I'm just going to go open view, and then straight away I'm going to click my green tick. Now what it's going to do, it's going to say, right, these walls here, at the minute, they go up to your first floor finished floor level. Okay, but you've got a floor zone in there. Do you want us to join that information up? Yes, please. And then it will come up with that same information about these walls. No, it's not highlighting this wall because I've already joined that one up manually. But these walls here, it's asking me if I want to join those up. Done. Let's go to this section and see what it looks like. You see, that's all joined up now, and this wall now butts up to the underside of my floor. Fantastic. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go into my first floor. Okay, and in my first floor, the first thing you'll notice is that we can see downstairs. That's because just here we've got an underlay set for my ground floor finished floor level. We can turn that off by clicking on here and checking it to none. Okay, but for now, because I'm going to draw my first floor plan upstairs, I want to see exactly what's going on downstairs. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, go back to my architecture tab, again click wall. I'm just going to use my stud wall just the same as before. I'm just going to trace over this wall just here, from there to there. Fantastic. I'm going to go from the middle of this wall here. I may go to somewhere like this, roughly there to there. Done. I'm going to drag that wall across to there. Fantastic. I'm going to pick this wall and just overdraw, zoom in a little bit from there to there. Okay, as you can see, we've got the rough formings of upstairs. Just like before, I'm going to go throw some rooms in here. I'm going to throw a room in my hallway, just here. Bedroom, bedroom, bedroom. Okay, I haven't renamed any of these yet. I'm going to rename them all shortly. Okay, but there we go. I'm now just going to throw in some doors, just like we did. Internal doors, fine. Depending on where you want to start your dooring from. Okay, I'm just going to go like that. Place that door just there. Place this door just there. Place this door just there, and this one I'm just going to place just there. Okay, let's just drag that down a little bit there. Okay, and I'm just going to place some windows in. So I'm just going to use windows. This time I'm going to place a couple of double windows as well. So I'm just going to place a double window in my bathroom just there. I may place a triple window, a 1200 deep one just here. I'm not desperately trying to line that up just there. I can line that up a little bit later on. And upstairs on the rear elevation, let's put a couple of double windows in here. So a double window there and a double window there. I know it's not the prettiest of buildings at the minute, but again, it's just an exercise to show you how quick this information can start to go in. Okay, done. There we go. That information's now gone in there really nice and quick. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to quickly pop to my elevations. I'm going to go to my south elevation to see how that's starting to look. Okay, that information is coming in there really quick. I'm going to take my level, just going to drag them outside of my building to there like that. I'm going to take this and drag it outside there like that. Okay, I'm going to use my align tool to make sure that these windows are aligned together. I'm also going to lock those in place. Okay, I'm not going to worry too much about the alignment there. I may just go faces of core, change this to wall faces, and may just align my hatching as well. Okay, nice. Let's go to my north elevation, see how that's starting to look. Okay, and what I'm going to do in this elevation, I'm going to align that window to there. I'm going to lock that in place as well. I'm going to align that one to there and lock that in place. Okay, you see how quickly that's starting to happen. Alright, let's start to look at this in terms of the whole building model, okay? Because we've started to get that information in. Let's put some foundations on this. I'm going to go to my structure tab and just put some wall foundation. This is just a trench fill or strip foundation, whatever you want to call it, okay? I'm just going to highlight one of my walls, hit tab, left click, and you see it's thrown a foundation on the bottom of all of those, okay? Let's just have a look at my sections. Let's go over here, section 1, see how that's starting to look. Fantastic. Don't like the size of it. What I'm going to do is highlight it, come over to my properties. I'm just going to change it to a 600 by 1000 deep. Okay, done. Nice and easy. Go back to my 3D view, see how that looks. Beautiful. Let's look at the roof now. Okay, let's look at the roof by going to my wall plate level. Okay, now I can also, just note, I can rename this. If I want to rename this, I can call it roof plan. Okay, and all I do, if I don't want to rename the level, I just say no. So then in my sections and elevations, that will still be wall plate level, but it will be referring back to that plan. Just like here, I don't want my plan level to my plan view to be called that, so I'm just going to rename that to ground floor plan. And as long as I say no, don't rename the level as well, it will break the link between them. It will still be coordinating between each other, but that's enough. Okay, done. I'm just going to drag this way a little bit as well. I'm a little bit anal about making sure things are right. There we go. Right, so again, I'm going to go to my roof plan level. And in here, we're just going to use some of the basic roof techniques to draw a roof. Okay, I'm going to go to my architecture tab and click on roof. Roof by footprint is the one we're doing just here. I'm just going to use this type of construction. It's just a generic 125. I'll show you why a little bit later on I'm going to use this one to start off with. But again, it's very similar to how we put a floor in. We basically create a boundary, or footprint it's called when you're doing a roof, and inside that footprint it will put a construction in of your choice. Okay. Now just note, just here we have a tick box saying define slope. We'll come to that in a second. And you can preset an overhang in there. I'm just going to set an overhang as 150. Okay. What I'm then going to do is just hover over one of my lines like this, and you see how it's soft selecting that overhang in there. I'm going to hit tab, left click. Now just note, all of these lines have this little triangle next to them. That means there is a slope defined to it. If I highlight it, you can see that box there is ticked. Also, with it highlighted, you can see what the overhang is, and you can also see what the pitch is to that. It's called slope in this, but we'll know it as pitch. Okay. Now, if I select that, I can change each pitch individually by clicking there, or with nothing selected, what I can do, I can just change all of the pitches. Let's just say 45 degrees or something like that, and then when I click back on it, you see that's that 45 degrees. I'm now just going to finish it. We always click this green tick to finish this. Whenever we're doing any kind of mode, like creating a floor boundary, we click the green tick. It's a very common mistake when I'm first teaching people to then go into the 3D view and go, hang on a minute, I haven't got a roof, what's going on? I've hit modify to finish and it's not there. No, whenever you're creating a mode, we always hit the green tick. Little thing I always say is, don't forget to click the big green tick. Sounds very, very childish, I know, but it does help people remember. Watch what happens when I finish it. Done. There we go. We've got a roof on there. I know it's a little bit ugly for now, but it just shows you how quick that roof can go on there. What I'm going to do, just as a little demonstration on the side of this, I'm just going to select this wall just here, go create similar, and then I'm going to change it up to my wall plate, and just over here I'm just going to draw something, you know, a little bit bigger, a little bit more complex in its construction. It's not going to be anything too complex because we haven't got time. I'm just going to come over like that. Ooh, I'll highlight that to there. Done. Modify, go to my roof plan. Okay, I'm then just going to go roof by footprint again. I'm going to hover over that wall just there, hit tab, left click, and then finish. Go to my roof plan, sorry, go to my 3D view, and there we go. Okay, just to show you how quick and easy that goes in there like that. Okay, now I'm not being funny, that takes a few minutes to do. If you were in any 2D piece of software like AutoCAD, just to get that roofscape exactly right, it does take a little while to do it. Just to know where your hips and valleys and your ridge and these little junctions just here where your ridge turns into a valley or whatever, it takes a few minutes to do. You need a plan, a couple of sections through, maybe an elevation. It takes seconds to do doing this, okay? Right, so I'm just going to delete that, and I'm just going to change my view back to a shaded view just for now. Now, just looking at that there, I'm just thinking about it, that I don't really want that to be a hip roof. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to highlight it and go edit footprint. I'm just going to remove the slope by unticking that off of those front two lines and finish it. What we then have, we have a gable. Okay, I'm going to take that wall just there, flip it around, holding control, select that wall, and go attach top base up to this roof just there. Done. Okay, we have these little problems just here. We'll come to those a little bit later on. Okay, you see just there we've got these little triangular notches. It's just the way that the walls are cleaning up. We can change the order of how they're cleaned up a little bit later on. Okay, but for now that's it. In fact, no, I am a little bit too anal about it. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to show you how to change that quickly now. Select anything to bring up your modify tools and come over to here to where we've got wall joins. Okay, when you select a wall join, it will show you how the joins, the walls are butting into each other, and they are set to a butt at the minute. We can set it to a mitre, okay, but I actually like to do it properly. I'll go to a butt, and then I'll just press next or previous, so that now this wall's butting into this. Basically, because this wall here was butting into this wall, and this wall's going up, there was a little gap at the top of this wall. I'm going to change this one. That one looks all right, so that one should be fine. Okay. Let's come down here, look at that one. Okay, we're going to have the same problem there. Now, okay, that's all good. Let's change it to this one. And again, just there. Done. Fantastic. Now, just look back at my 3D view. There we go. They've disappeared. Fantastic. Now, what we're going to do now is just basically put in some fascias to this. So I'm just going to go architecture, roof, fascia. And all I'm going to do, I'm going to pick the edges of my roof just here. Okay, to show you how these come in like that. There we go. I've got fascias and barge boards all the way around. What I'm now going to do, I'm just going to scroll that around there a bit like that. I'm just going to add some rainwater pipes onto this as well. Again, they're not going to be the prettiest of ones, but it's just to show you how they go on and how quick they go on. Okay, and I'm just going to pick a line. Oh, I missed it. So I'm just going to go gutter again and place it in just there. Okay, there we go. Nice and quick, nice and easy. Let's just go to my south elevation, see how this is coming together. It's coming together really, really nice. Okay, I'm just going to drag that up and drag this up as well. Okay, I'm just going to put some outside topography in there so that you can see, give it some sort of context. Okay, so I'm just going to go to my site view a second, and I'm just going to go to my Massingen site, topo surface just here. I'm just going to place some points on here at -150 just around my building, just to give it some sort of context. Okay, just there like that. Finish. Then when I look at my elevations, again, we've got some sort of ground in there. All of them will have this. Fantastic. There we go. If we go to my sections as well, we'll have that same information just like that. Okay. Right, now just look at my south elevations quickly. Let's just add a couple of little things to these to give them a little bit of like depth and feel. Okay, first things first, turn shadowing on. If you turn shadowing on them, okay, it will just turn on a little bit of shadowing. Okay, I haven't based it on any kind of real world shadowing at the minute. It's just an in-session shadowing session. Okay, just there. I'm just going to turn it on just there as well. Okay, I'm also on my south elevation. I'm going to use this tool just here. Now let's just say, I know if this was planning we wouldn't need it, but for anything else, like anything for my construction drawings, building regulations, or anything where you're going to have your windows and doors scheduled, obviously we'd want to tag those in elevation as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go to my annotate tab up here and go tag all. I'm going to tag all my windows, but this time I'm going to do one with a box around it. There we go. It's going to tag those exactly the same tag as it will show in your plans. Okay. Again, I'm going to do my door. Okay, so tag all doors, boxed. Okay, done. Okay, as we can see just there, it's tagged. Let me go to my north elevation. I'm going to tag my doors and windows this time. So I'm going to tag my doors and windows. Okay, done. That quick. Let's go back into my plans. I'm just going to rename these rooms. Okay, so that's going to be my WC. Okay, this one here is going to be my hall. This one here. What I've done there, this is a common thing that people do in Revit 2013. They've basically brought in a double click onto any family to edit it. Okay, I did it by accident there, but while I'm doing it, I might as well show you this very quickly. I don't like this SF after the square footage, so I'm just going to edit the label quickly while I'm in here. Just take that to square foot instead. It looks a lot nicer. When I load it back into my project and override, you can see it will now say square foot. Okay, so again, I'm just going to be careful not to double click on it this time. Fantastic. Kitchen, and there we've got a lounge. Fantastic. I'm just going to go upstairs. Oh, still in that floor. Okay, and I'm going to call this a bathroom. Okay, landing. Just bear with me 1 second. Bedroom. Okay, and what I can also do, instead of doing it by the tag, I could highlight that room and basically pull it from a drop down now, because we've got the bedroom name actually saved inside it. We can do it that way. Okay, fantastic. Obviously, this being a residential, okay, I might not want to show room numbers. So what I do to get rid of room numbers, there are different tags that you can use in different views. What I want to show in this is my name and the two areas. Okay, there isn't an actual tag for that at the minute. So what we're going to do, I'm going to create a new tag based on this one. Okay, I'm just going to go duplicate. I'm going to call it name with both areas. Ooh. Okay, I'll just pressed enter then instead of delete. Okay, told you it was a live demonstration. Okay, and all I'm going to do is just untick the visibility parameter that's set for the room number in this type. There we go, perfect. I can then just use my match type properties tool to match those. I'm going to go downstairs. Okay, I'm just going to highlight everything just there in my properties there, go to room tags and change those room tags to name with both areas. There we go, and that's viewing how I want it to be. I'm going to go to my section 1, and in this section what I'm going to do, I'm just going to tag all my rooms, and by name only. I'm not really worried about the areas, etc. But those tags are the same as the tags in my other views. Okay, I'm now going to go to my section 2, and again in this one I'm going to tag all rooms by room name. Fantastic, there we go. I'll play around with those a little bit and neaten it up when I get time a little bit later on. Okay, I'm just going to select this and just drag this up to there to show you how that works. Now, while I'm just here, I'm going to show you very quickly why I don't use a full build-up of roof all the time. Now, I'm just going to put thin line mode on a second. Okay, just to show you why, how this will look. Okay, it's not far for detail. I basically treat this roof construction like the rafters. Okay, whether we're using trusses or not is beside the point. Just as rafters, just for now. Okay, and what I'm going to do, you see, in my section, I can use my annotate tools to create a repeating detail of roof tiles laid to left. I'll show you those in a second, because I'm going to show you what happens and what it looks like if I choose like a full build-up of roof. Okay, looks awful, doesn't it? I don't like the way that is, and it will never look how I want it to look. So if I just change it back to that, and like I said, I'm going to do a repeating detail component. I'm going to do roof tiles laid to left. I'm going to click from here, and I'm just going to drag it up to the top to there. Okay, I'm then just going to mirror that across the middle of there, like so. Okay, very quick and easy to go in. Okay, now let's look at stairs. I'm going to my ground floor plan. I'm just going to draw some stairs in here. Now, depending on how I'm going to do the stairs, I'm just going to do a straight run of stairs in here, to be honest. Okay, I'm just going to move that door and that window. I'm just going to highlight them both. I'm going to use my cursor, just pressing right, just to nudge it to the right a little bit. You can drag them, you can move them, you can do anything, but a lot of people don't know about this little nudge tool. I'm just going to nudge them across to make sure I've got enough room just here for my stairs. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go architecture, stair. I'm going to do a stair by component, okay? I'm just going to do a residential left saddled. I'm just going to go edit type just to change the sizes. They're a little bit too small for the sizes that I want in a residential project. So I'm just going to change it to a 210 height and a 230 tread. That's just basically going to give me enough room. It's going to put 13 rises in here now. And I'm just going to draw it by the left hand side of my wall. And I'm going to go from here, drag it straight up to there, and finish my stairs like so. Okay, with my tag, I'm going to select my tag and I'm going to change it to a fixed up direction only. I'm just going to take this tag just here and move it out. Let's go to my section to see how that looks. Fantastic, I've got my stairs going up there like so. We just need to put a hole in my floor. Okay, before we put a hole in the floor, I'm going to show you some ceilings. We need to put some ceilings in there as well. Okay, so I'm going to go to my ceiling plan, ground floor ceiling plan. Okay, it's going to take you into a view for my ceiling plan, and all I'm going to do, I'm going to go ceiling. Now I am going to put a plain floor in here, but just to very quickly, sorry, a plain ceiling in here, but just to show you very quickly what it's like if you do a grid. Now a lot of people are doing commercial buildings use grids, and all I'm going to do is change the height that they're going into to 400, and I'm just going to go click, 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 and you can see how quick and easy it throws that grid in. Okay, it will centralize it in the middle, but it doesn't matter, you can change it. For example, in reality, I'm going to move this grid. Now what I'm going to do, I always teach people to create things on their BIM model, how you're going to do it in the real world. So in the real world, if you've got a silly little cut across there, your entire grid system would move half a tile. So that's exactly what we do. But we don't move half a tile, we pick one of the lines involved in the tile, move from here, go up 300, which is half a tile, done. And the rest of the grid will just basically align to it. If I want to align and basically, if I want to, set out this from this point, okay, I'm just going to use my align tool. So I'm going to go align wall faces from there to there, from there to there. Nice. There's so many things you can do with it, okay, but we'll come back to it a little bit later on. What I'm going to do for now, I'm just going to change all of my ceilings by going ceilings to a plain ceiling. Okay, then when I go back to my section, you'll see your ceilings in there too. These are just plasterboard on battens just for now. Okay, I want to cut a hole through it, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to my ground floor, architecture, shaft opening. Now basically a shaft opening will cut through roofs, floors and ceilings. Okay, I'm just going to draw a rectangle around my floor like so. I'm then going to lock the geometry to that as well. It gives you this option when you do a rectangle, which is nice. Now you've got basically top and bottom constraints to it. They're set wrong at the minute. I'm not going to change them now, although you would in reality, because I want to show you what they look like when they're set wrong. Okay, so again, I'm just going to double click on my section to go to section. See, we're cutting through all of that now. If I move my mouse around, you can soft select that. I'm going to highlight it, and you can drag the top and bottom up and down, but you can also change the settings in here. I'm going to have the base to the ground floor finished floor level and the top to the first floor just there, like so. Now these handrails, I'm not happy with these handrails. They look a little bit rubbish for a domestic job. So I'm just going to change them over. Now I don't think I've got many types in this project. Okay, no we haven't. We haven't got the type that I want. So what I'm going to do, quick tip for everyone. When you first get Revit, okay, what happens is you get, obviously you get your library that you've seen, but inside your library are these files just here. I'm just going to scroll down here to my metric library. This is going to take me straight to my metric library location. In a second. There we go. Fantastic. I'm going to scroll down here. We've got this folder here called System Families. And in here we have different system families, things like fences, floors. Well, fences are railings, but railings, floors, roofs, stairs and walls. Okay. I'm going to pick up railings. Okay. Okay, now fantastic. There's lots of different railings already set in here. Okay. Now I advise that you have one of these in your company so that you can just have general styles of things that you have all the time. Now in here, as you can see, we have just a domestic one. I could copy and paste this into my project, but I want to show you another little tool. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to flick back to my previous project just here. I'm going to go to my Manage tab just here and go Transfer Project Standards from my Railings project. Okay, I'm going to check None, but then come down here to Railings. Know your alphabet, James. There we go. Railing types. Okay. And what it's doing is just bringing all of my railings from that project into this one. I'm going to bring in new only. I don't want to overwrite any of the ones in here. Obviously, if you did want to overwrite them, you just press overwrite. Okay, it's just changed the name of something just there. Fantastic. Now if I pick that and go down to here, we've got all of these types. So I've got residential, timber, newel and spindles. Give it a second. There we go. A lot nicer. Okay, fantastic. Right, what we're going to do now, we're going to go to my ground floor plan and we're going to start to just throw a lot of geometry into here to start off with. Okay, I'm just going to throw in some furniture. So I'm going to go architecture, component, load family. I'm going to go to my library. Again, there's loads of places you can get this from, but I'm going to stick a cheeky little piano in here. I'm feeling a bit sophisticated while I'm doing this, so I'm going to throw a piano in there. I'm then going to go load family. Again, furniture, seating. There's lots and lots of stuff in here you can get. I'm just going to pick one of these seats just here. I'm going to throw a couple of these seats around. Okay, I'm not too worried about the feng shui that's going on inside this room. Okay, there we go. I'm going to go load family. Again, I'm going to go furniture. I'm going to go devices. We're obviously going to stick a plasma TV on the wall in here. Okay, I'm going to spin it around by pressing space as you're loading any of these. It will spin it. Oh, nearly schoolboy error. 42-inch. Come on, I'm a man. I need to stick at least a 50-inch in here. So I'm just going to spin that and place it on the wall. Okay, feng shui as a man. That's all I need in my front room. Okay, now I'm going to go into my kitchen. Again, load family, furniture, tables. Again, there's lots and lots of tables in here. I'm just going to find one roughly that I want. There we go. Again, these are just, like I say, these are the basic ones that come inside Revit, but there are millions of families out there. The longer that I've been using Revit, when I first started using Revit, there was hardly anything. Manufacturers are starting to jump on board with this now. Everybody's creating their content. You can get IKEA, pretty much their entire, not that you ever maybe want to put IKEA in there, but if you did, you can pretty much get their entire kind of product range inside Revit now. I'm going to go load family. Let's look at the kitchen. A lot of people don't know about this. Casework, it's a bit of a strange word, but under casework we've got base cabinets. And basically we've got all my base cabinetry in here for doing kitchen layouts. I'm going to go open. Okay, I'm just going to place this inside my kitchen. Just there, ooh, like that. Okay, load family, casework, base cabinets. I'm not going to be massively fussy with what I'm doing. It's just to show you guys how to do it. Okay, I'm just going to place that there like that, and I'll put another one in there. Ooh, just like that. I'm just going to place another one in here like that. Okay, load family, casework, base cabinets. I'm just going to find a double one of some description. There we go. And I'm just going to place a double one underneath. Oh, flipped it around too many times. Underneath my sink. Okay, if it's not lining up exactly right, don't worry too much about it, because we'll just line it up afterwards. Okay. Again, don't worry too much, because all I'm going to do now is just highlight it and use my align tool just to align it to there and align it to there. Oh, missed the line. There we go. And there to there and there to there. Fantastic. Let's just put another one in there. I'm just going to copy that from that corner just there to that corner just there. Oh, look at that. I don't think I've done this before. Okay, now I'm going to go architecture, component, load family, casework this time, countertops. I'm just going to pick a countertop on here with a sinkhole in it. Okay, just going to flip that around a couple of times, plonk it into this corner just here. Ooh, there we go. Modify. I'm going to pick it, just drag this grip to there, drag this grip beyond the end just there. Component, again, load family. I'm going to come down to plumbing this time, architectural plumbing and fixtures, sinks, and I'm just going to come down here. There's lots and lots of different sinks you can have, as you can see. I'm just going to load one of these standard 1.5 basins in. I'm just going to plonk it pretty much over there just for now. Okay, obviously you can be a little bit more fussy when you're doing it. I'm going to highlight it, mirror it without copying it over the midpoint just there, just to make sure that the tap and the drainage is at the back. There we go. Fantastic. Now I'm just going to place a couple more things in the kitchen. load family. I'm going to go again casework, this time wall cabinets, and if I just scroll down here you see lots and lots of different wall cabinets. I'm just going to place a couple of double wall cabinets in here just for now. I know I haven't placed anything in here in terms of a oven and etc, but all of that information is in here as well. You can grab anything you like out of that. I'm just showing you a couple of the tools really quickly. Okay, now what I'm going to do now is place in here some cameras, okay, because we haven't seen the cameras yet. So I'm going to go to either on my quick access toolbar just here, or under your view tab just here, throw a camera in. I'm going to throw a camera in looking outside my building. Always take the focal point beyond the building. There we go. Schoolboy error again. Okay, it's on the floor. That's no good. Okay, let's place it up just there. Fantastic. Once the camera's in, let's just drag this. Don't drag it too much because it will obscure it if you're not careful. Okay, let's go back to my ground floor. Another camera in here. Let's do another camera looking at my piano, etc. in this direction. Oh, beautiful. Okay, there we go, and there we go. I haven't put any lighting in here yet. I will do shortly. Let's go into my kitchen and put another camera in just here. Let's throw a camera just here looking in this direction so we can see what the kitchen is going to be like. There we go. See how quick that information is going in. It's not just there in a 3D. What we can do, something I like to do, is throw a little room elevation in here. We've all done elevations, room elevations for tiling layouts, etc. in kitchens. Okay, I'm just going to click there, turn that elevation on as well. You can see it's making elevations in here like so. I'm going to make these elevations 1 to 20s. Fantastic. When I go into them, as you can see, we've basically got my room elevations for my kitchen. Okay, so you can start to put your tiling layouts on, all of that kind of stuff, really nice and quick. Okay, where are we at? Let's just have a look. See how much information. We've been going 46 minutes now with me waffling, etc. And look how much information we've produced. Okay, what I'm going to do now that I've got all that information, I'm just going to split this up into different plans very quickly. Okay, I'm going to right click on my ground floor plan and say duplicate. I'm going to go duplicate, not with detailing, just duplicate. Okay, just create another view of my ground floor plan. Okay, all it is, it's just a copy of the view. It's not a copy of the building information. Okay, the building is just there. We're just looking at it in the same way as we're looking at it in my ground floor plan view. I'm just going to rename this. I'm going to rename it to, okay, 00 ground floor furniture plan. Okay, done. Right, I'm just going to do it again. Right click. In fact, I'm in this one. Okay, just to show you how we're going to do it. We're just going to control what we see and what we don't see. Okay, in this view, I don't want to see my section markers. I don't want to see my elevation markers. Okay, so I'm just going to hide those by category. Yeah, I may as well not want to show all of the construction of the walls and just simplify it. I'm just going to change it to a coarse detail. Okay, now my other ones I want to do from this, I'm going to do a fire plan as well. So I'm just going to right click on this and go duplicate view, just like that. Okay, and then I'm in this one as well. I'm going to turn off my furniture as well. Okay, now, oh sorry, let's rename this one. Nearly forgot to rename it. So instead of furniture plan, we're going to call it fire plan. Okay, so in my fire plan, just obviously you're going to mark on it things like your fire doors, your fire escape routes, protected corridors, all that kind of stuff. Okay, we'll get onto that on another lesson. Okay, but just for now, I'm just going to show you how to put in, just to re-tag it very quickly for your doors, because obviously you want to do your fire doors. Okay, so again, I'm going to go annotate. I'm going to go tag all doors, but this time door and rating. Okay, done. And you see it's got a little question mark under there at the minute because I haven't actually created a fire rating for those doors as yet. We'll do that in a few minutes. Okay. In my ground floor plan, what we're going to do is turn off my furniture. I don't want to see my furniture in my ground floor plan. Okay. And let's just have a little look at some dimensioning tools inside Revit. Okay. Now, obviously, we can use dimensioning by going align dimension, not wall center lines, wall faces, and I could just dimension from here to here to here to here to here. You know, pretty much a standard CAD way from here to here to here, and place that. Okay. Now it's quite nice because you've got the continual way of doing it. Okay. But what I'm going to do and show you how Revit does it, because this is Revit, it does it a little bit better than that. Okay, instead of wall faces individual references, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go entire walls. I'm going to pick my entire wall and it will dimension the entire wall. I'm now going to go options, opening widths, okay, and it will dimension all my opening widths along that wall. Okay, nice. Oh, little problem with my zoom there. There we go. And as we come out here, like that, perfect. I'm now going to change it to faces of core. I'm going to just dimension that opening just there. I'm going to dimension that opening along there like so. That one along there like so. And then I'm going to go options, take off the openings, and just do the intersecting walls. Okay, I'm going to dimension that wall, and that wall, that wall, and that wall to there, and last but not least, there we go. There we go. That's my entire ground floor, perfectly coordinatedly dimensioned. Okay. If there's certain things we're not happy with, like because we did it to the structure only, okay, I can just do things. I can drag that grip to there. It's not a problem. Just changing where the witness line goes to, just there. If I don't want my text to be sitting over there, we can change that. Okay. There's so many things you can change. It's unreal. It is so quick and easy to do. Okay. Again, look how much information we are producing very, very quickly. Okay, let's just have a little look at my schedules. Okay, we're nearly there now. We're nearly on an hour. I just want to show you some schedules. We're going to get some stuff onto some drawing sheets. Okay, and we're good to go from there. So a schedule, a very, very quick door schedule. Okay, I just go to my view tab over here, schedules and quantities. What I'm going to do, I'm going to do let's do a window schedule first because I've scrolled all the way down. Okay, now basically what you do, you just pick in the different fields that you want to put in it. So to start off with, I'm going to do mark. Mark is basically the number that is given. Okay, I'm also going to put in there the type mark. I'll come on to that in a little while. I'm going to put the width. I'm going to put the height. I'm going to put the level that it's on. I'm going to put the head height, perhaps, that it's in as well. Okay, I'm going to put a description in there. So if we've got any descriptions that we want to put in there, that's fine. I may also just put family and type in there at the end as well. We can put sill height in there. That's cool. Anything else that I want to put in there for now? That'll do for now. If you're not happy with the order, we can just simply click on it and just move up. So I'm just going to put head height, sill height, and move level up to just there. Okay, I think that will do for now. Okay, there we go. It's a quick schedule just there, showing you every single window that is in my project for now. Obviously, it's showing you the mark, the type mark. So you can have a different window type. So you can see just here, what have I got? I've got a couple of window types that are basically 45. That means they're the same window type. I'm going to call that WT, window type 01. Press OK. Okay, and basically all those windows of that type, it will make that number. All of these ones are going to make that WT02. Okay, and it will do the same for that. WT03. Okay, and the last one, oh, not quite the last one, I must have 4 or 5 window types in here. WT04. There we go. And last but not least, just this one just here. WT05. Okay, so there we go. We've got an individual window reference for each individual window, and then per type as well. We've got the level that it's in at, the width, the height, the sill height, the head height. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to highlight these, group them, okay, and I'm going to call this window size. Okay, now everything in this is bi-directional. So if I change something here, it will change in my plans and elevations and sections. If I change something in my plans, elevations and sections, it will change in the schedule. For example, okay, if I just extend this, that's my WC, this one here is in, I remember that. Okay, I can go into here and I can change the window. I can change it to whatever one I want. I'm going to change to a 1350 deep one. Okay, this information here will change. Just look what's happened. My head height changes. Okay, let's go to my south elevation to look at this. Yeah, a little glitch that happens with the standard windows that come with the library. What happens is when you change the height, the sill stays where it is instead of the height. Okay, now I can change this in my plan using in my elevations or plans using several tools. I can highlight it, just change it in here to 21110. Done. Okay, so Control Z that to take that back up. I can use my align tool just to align that to the top of there like that. Okay, you know how to do that. But what I can also do, just to show you, To go back to my schedule, my window schedule, in here I can just change it to 2110. Done. Okay, go back to my south elevation. Done. It is that simple. Okay, so you see it's bi-directional. If I change this in here again, back to my 1050 high one, okay, I'm just going to go back to my schedule. I know it's the wrong height, but I'm just going to change it to 110 here. I like to do that. I like to have a window schedule in there early, okay, so I can check these kind of things. Okay, let's go to and create a quick door schedule, shall we? So go to my view tab and we'll go schedules and quantities, doors, okay, done. And again, just like I did with my windows, I'm just going to, missed that. Okay, I'm going to put in again, first things first. Mark, type mark. We'll try and do it in order this time, shall we? Okay, we'll go level, width, height. There we go. We also have things like fire rating to go in here. Okay, we can have the thickness of the door to go in here, the frame width, the frame depth, absolutely anything. In fact, if I just do this and go add, okay, that will do for now. What I'm also going to do down here is go from room name, add, and then go to room name, add. Let's have a look how this looks. Bang, there we go. Okay, lots of information gone in there, really quick. Okay, look, from room to room, it tells you the name of the room that it's going from, the name of the room that it's going to. Okay, note at the minute we have no fire rating applied to any of my doors. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to my fire plan. I'm going to change this door type. Oh, got window there. This door type. I'm going to go edit and change the type mark in here to door type 01. I'll put a little hyphen in there. I like to do that. Okay, and inside door type 01, I'm going to make a fire rating of FD30. Okay, not a problem. Watch what happens in my plan. They will now be all FD30s, just that type. Okay, when I go back to my schedule, you can see they're now FD30s. Every door of that type will be an FD30. Now, what if I need an FD60 in there for some reason, for my kitchen, for whatever reason? What I'm going to do, I'm going to highlight that door and I'm going to duplicate it. And over here, I'm going to call it an FD60S, maybe something like that. Okay, done. And I'm going to call that one there door type. Yep. 02, and I'm going to give this one a fire rating of FD60S. Okay, done. There we go. That one there is now an FD60S. Let's go to my door schedule. FD60S with the door types as they need to be in there. Really nice and quick. Okay, very quickly, let's just look at some detailing really quickly. Let's just look at the detail for this. There's several ways of doing details, but I'm just going to do my details basically around my project. Okay, I'm going to go to my view tab and I'm going to go call out. I'm going to just draw a call out around there. Okay, I'm going to press enter to do another call out. I'm going to do another call out around here like so. Okay, I'm just going to select this and drag this down to here like that, so that I've got different details. And basically, you can see in here it's created another detail under these two views just here. I can just change these to details if I want, and it will just order them separately like this. I can rename them. I'm going to rename this one to detail 1. Okay, I'm going to rename this one to detail 2. Fantastic, right? Now, if I go to this detail, there we go. It's just basically a zoomed in section, okay, with the rest of my section cropped out, okay? Just going to turn my thin line mode back off to see how it's looking. There we go. Now, there's loads and loads of detail tools on this. I don't want to go into too many now because we're going to come back to these in some tips and tricks. Just to show you how you zoom in on that detail just there. We've got all our text tools. A lot of people don't know how good the detailing tools are in Revit. A lot of people go, oh, you know what, yeah, I'm going to do my main model because I have to, but then I'm just going to do all of my detailing inside either AutoCAD or MicroStation. No, don't. Okay, the detailing in this is as good as anything that I've seen. It really, really is. Okay, I will show you all about that at a later date. I'm just going to go back into detail 1. Have a look at this. I'm going to change this into a 1 to 5 detail, just there, like so. Okay. Again, we're going to come back to this later on. We're actually going to play with this model in a later tip and trick. Okay. For now, time's ticking, so I just want to just carry on. We're just at the hour mark now. I don't want to go on too much further. Okay. What I'm going to do, I'm going to come down to my first drawing sheet. Okay, there we go. It's the generic drawing sheet that comes with Revit. Obviously, you'll have your own drawing sheets. Again, I'm going to do a nice little tip and trick, a little lesson on how to create sheets. It's very, very easy. But just for now, all I'm going to do is fill in some of this information. Owner, Mr. Parsons Moore, me. Okay, project name. We're just going to call it demonstration. Okay, this one here is just going to be some plans. I'm not going to go into too much detail. A1111, whatever it's going to be. Okay, issue date. It's all pretty obvious. I'm going to call this A1 for my first drawing sheet. Okay, just look down here. It will call it by the drawing number and the drawing name. This information here and my project number is what we call project specific information. Okay, every drawing sheet that has those labels on them will have that same information on there. Okay, all of the rest are drawing specific, sheet specific. Okay, just going to go into my ground floor plan quickly. I'm just going to neaten it up by bringing my elevations in a little bit. Okay, just give me a second. There we go. Okay, that will be the same for my first floor as well. When I do it on my ground floor, they'll automatically come in. In fact, I'm just going to turn off my underlay in here now as well. And in fact, I'm just going to take that wall and tweak it that way a little tiny bit. Fantastic. Okay, now what we're going to do, we're going to start to load these drawing sheets up. Okay, I'm going to take my ground floor plan, I'm just going to plonk it onto my drawing sheet. Done. I'm going to take my first floor plan, I'm just going to plonk it onto the drawing sheet, and what will happen, it will help you line it up onto your drawing sheet when it's on there. I'm going to highlight both of those. I'm going to tell them that they're going to have title with no line, just like that. Okay, if you don't want that 00 and 01 before it, okay, for those that don't know, I'll put a 00 and 01 before it so that it will order it in here. It's fine if you've got ground floor, first floor, but if you start having more levels than that, okay, it mixes up the order, obviously, because it orders it alphanumerically. So just putting a simple digit beforehand to represent the floor number you're in, okay, it will just help you order that. Okay, there we go. Ground floor plan, first floor plan. Let's stick a cheeky little door schedule on here as well. Okay, just like that. I'm just going to drag these out to make them fit a little bit nicer. Okay, just there. Just nudge that up a little bit. Okay, let's drag my window schedule onto here as well. Okay, and just like with my door schedule, I'm just going to just lengthen this out a little bit just to make it all nice so it fits on here. Fantastic. Okay, let's go right click, new sheet. I'm going to create another sheet just here. I'm going to call this one elevations 1, because I think I'm going to have to fit them on 2 sheets. Okay, I'm going to put my south elevation on here. Okay, just note what it does, it puts the extent of the sheet on there. So if I'm not happy with that, what I can do, I'm just going to go back to my view. Okay, and in here I'm just going to turn on my crop. I'm just going to crop this in just like this. Okay, in fact I'm just going to turn the crop on in each one of these views. Okay, just like that, so that when I go into them I can just simply just go straight in and crop it, just so they fit on my drawing sheet nicely. Okay, east. To there like that. I think the last one was north. Yeah. Fantastic. Okay, what I'm now going to do, I'm just going to select each one of those and I'm just going to turn off the crop region visibility, because what that does just turns off the line around it. So when I go back to my elevations, okay, there we go, that one's now updated. What you can do, you can sit there and tweak around with this and try and get it to fit again once it's changed, because obviously my line under here is all changed. I find it easier though just to simply replace it on my sheet. Okay, I'm going to put my south and west elevations on this one. Okay, in fact I'll be able to fit them all on here. Okay, I'm just going to highlight these two and change it to title with no line, and then I'm just going to move those two lines, two titles up to there. Then when I place my east elevation down here, okay, it's not quite fitting on the sheet, but you get the idea. It will fit on the sheet if we just nudge it up a little bit. There we go. Beautiful. And my north elevation down here. Fantastic. And again, with that and that, we're going to go like that. Move these up to here, like so. And again, just going to nudge all of those up a touch. There we go. Now, I'm going to now put on my, do one for my sections. Okay, new sheet. Say, oh, save project. I'm just going to cancel that. I don't want to save on project just for now. Okay, hopefully I won't have a crash. Okay, and I'm just going to call this one. Double clicked on it again. Just if you do that by accident, just close it down. Don't save. Sections and details. Okay, done. And I'm just going to drag on section 1. Oh no, that's not, sorry, that's detail 1. Detail 2. Section 1. And section 2. Okay. I'm just going to reconfigure this onto the sheet a little tiny bit just to make it fit a little bit nicer. Okay, obviously I'd play around with that a lot more. Okay, what I'm now just going to do, I'm going to highlight those and just turn off again the crop region around the buildings there, like that. I'm also just going to select them and just turn off the lines like that. There we go. Now, a lot of people when they first start doing it and put sections etc. on, wonder why the information in the bubbles doesn't fit in. Basically, the information in the bubbles fits in once you have placed the section, elevation or detail onto a sheet. Let's look at my ground floor plan. Okay, that section there, drawing A2, detail number 4, drawing A2, detail number 4. Okay, when I say detail, I've turned it off by accident. Okay, it's basically we need it to have that number there as well. It has this detail reference on it. Okay, let's look at my sections. Okay, section 2, I'll just turn those back on there as well. Bang, there we go. Okay, as you can see, it just cross-references in this view as well. Nice and quick and easy. There we go. Now, that's basically it. That's all I wanted to show you. I just want to show you how quick and easy that is. Just look at the information I've produced there. It's not far off a set of planning drawings for that house. Plus extra, we've got in there things like my door schedules, we've got some numbering, we've got some dimensioning. I've shown you a little bit above and beyond. Don't get me wrong, we haven't prettified it up or anything, okay? But we've got a lot of that information in there, yeah? We've got our plans, we've got some elevations, yeah? We've also got some sections. Now, I don't care who you are, there is no way you are drawing that quick in AutoCAD. I'm pretty quick on AutoCAD, I did it for years. I'm in a position I am teaching this kind of stuff because I was alright at that. Without blowing my own trumpet, I was alright at that kind of stuff, okay? But there's not a chance in a million years could I ever draw what I have drawn just there in anywhere near that sort of speed. And if you're honest to yourselves, you can't either, okay? The thing about it is it's still perfectly coordinated now, okay? If I change anything, it will change it in every view. If I take out a window, it will take it out in my plan, my elevations, my sections, if I've got a section cutting through it, and my schedule, okay? It's a 2-second job to do it like that, and it will change everything. That's where the word revit comes from. The guys, when they first created it, they basically wanted a better way of producing their revisions and better way of working, and so they come up with this way of working, and that's why they called it revit. Revise it, that's what it means. Okay, well, thank you very, very much for looking at that demonstration. Like I say, as always, if you have any questions at all, please feel free to contact me. My details are all over LinkedIn. They're on my website as well. Okay, I'll put a link to my website below. It's been very, very good talking to you. I'll speak to you again soon. Thanks.